It is Mike from Baltimore Rides here, wrapping up Tuesday the 27th of March. March is almost done, guys. This is crazy. The year is a quarter done in a few days. And it just feels like we just turned into 2018 like a day ago, and now it's literally spring already. Amazing night. You know, I haven't been on the airwaves all that much lately, and a couple of you guys have been messaging me. There's, Austin, I know I'm supposed to get with you this week to help you with your taxes. Joanne texted me a bunch of stuff today. Madison was touching base with me the other day. Like, you guys have all been kind of shooting me messages. Ken sent me some texts about Gridwise that I still haven't checked out yet. But I have been kind of under the weather off and on with a stomach bug or something gross, really for about like a week now. And, my son had it last week. It kind of bounced around my house. I thought I had avoided it, and then it just hit me one day last week. And it's been kind of off and on beating me up a little bit. My stomach is just not 100%. And it's been funny. Like, I'll feel good in the morning, and then I'll either eat something or drink something, or just something will happen and my stomach will just be like, nope, we're done. And so yesterday, Monday, I did not go on the road. I literally was like a zombie. I slept like 20 hours that day. I just crashed. And it wasn't tiredness. I don't think it was tiredness in that regard, but I think my body was just fighting this bug and just needed a day to really just recoup and regenerate and heal. And the easiest way to do that is to sleep and just recharge your batteries. So I'm still not 100% today. I'm back out on the road though. I feel a lot better. I'm gonna be a little bit grouchy for the next couple weeks, guys. I'm very strongly going to attempt to quit drinking caffeine. Coffee has been one of those love-hate relationships with me for years now, and I've either got an ulcer or just with this stomach bug recently, it's just, the minute I drink coffee, my stomach is just in agony. And honestly, to the point where today I tried to have a cup of coffee and it just turned me off. It was like, ugh, I don't even want this. It just made me feel sour the minute I started drinking it. So gonna use that negativity to try and get myself off caffeine, which I've been hooked on caffeine for a long time, guys. Whether it be coffee, tea, I don't really drink a lot of soda, but coffee and tea, yeah. So I'm gonna try and take the momentum, but it's gonna be a tough 2 to 3 weeks to really get my system unplugged from that caffeine hit. So wish me luck, guys. Be patient with me if I'm a little grouchy in the next couple days, because I imagine it's going to be worse before it gets better. So that's what we're going to do. But that being said, tonight was a good night. $215, I think it was $217, $215, something like that. Mostly Lyft, not a strong Uber night tonight. Lyft was just going real strong in Baltimore. And, I did have a really big fat ride from northern Baltimore, like Johns Hopkins, all the way to Potomac, Maryland. It was a beast. It was like 40-something miles. So that helped. Probably would not have been as great a night had I not gotten that ride. But, sometimes it's better to be lucky than skilled. I tell you guys that all the time. So that's kind of where we stand, guys. I finished last week right around $1,000, which was amazing considering we lost 2 days with the weather and me being kind of under the weather at the same time. So really good recovery during the weekend. This week obviously is going to be a press. We've got some kind of rainy weather coming in, but then Friday, Saturday, Sunday is going to be beautiful spring 60s and sunny. So it could be a really good week, guys. It's also Easter weekend. I remember May holidays being really good, Memorial Day, things like that. So I'm hoping Easter weekend's kind of the same. Valentine's was a pretty good weekend. I did not drive on St. Patty's Day, but let's hope that any kind of holiday, people move around. Schools in Maryland are variable days off. Most of the counties are school all week up until like Thursday or Friday. So you're not going to really see the public school kids out of school until probably midweek, whether it be a half day Thursday and then Friday off and then Monday off or some such, some form of that. So it's going to feel like a normal week up until probably about Thursday. And then you're going to start to see people in more quote unquote vacation mode, doing things as a family, moving around, going places, stuff that means they might need us to give them a ride. That's what I'm shooting for, guys. That's really what I'm shooting for. Another thing is, you guys need to, and I thought of this for myself, but I'll talk about it for the group. If you don't already have reminders in your calendar, your phone, something electronic that's going to beep and tell you your anniversary dates for a lot of your documentation, whether it be insurance cards, driver's license expiration dates, your vehicle inspection, all of those things need to be done so that you don't get turned off temporarily. My vehicle inspection is July because I got the vehicle right on July 4th. But my insurance is about to renew in like a month, I think. So, you want to be prepared for those things. You don't want to be driving and then all of a sudden you're turned off and you got to figure out how to fix it and wait for the document approval team to sign off on everything. That happened to me last year. So I'm already thinking about that. And honestly, I'm already thinking about the car. I'm already thinking about what work I'm going to need to get done to it to get it ready for that inspection, because I don't want to just go to a hand wave shop where they're just going to give me a crap piece of paper. It's a lease under full warranty, so I'm going to take it to someplace that's going to service the lease, and I'm going to tell them to, fix whatever needs fixed. But the wear and tear things like brakes, tires, wiper blades, all that kind of stuff that might be on in a vehicle inspection form, and I've got to look at my last one and see. That you may have to do yourself. You may want to budget those things. You may want to plan for them in advance. Brakes and brake pads are typically, one of the easy things that mechanics will ding you on because it's a fix that they can hopefully sell you. And they're looking to sell you, not just to do a $60, $40, $30 inspection. They're really looking to find things wrong so that you maybe use them to do the work. And if you know that ahead of time, you can plan ahead. If you're mechanically inclined like I am, brakes, rotors, things like that, you can do yourself. If you know your tire tread is getting low, you can go get some fresh tires. There are lots of used tire places around here where you can get really good tires with lots of tread. I highly recommend you try that, because the amount of mileage we put on our tires, it's not really cost effective to be buying brand new $80, $90, $100 tires twice a year or 3 times a year even. I've changed the tires on the Hyundai once already, but I just use the used tire guy. I have a used tire guy up in, he's on, I think he's Bel Air Road, I think is what it is technically, but it's great. They're affordable tires. They've always got really, really good tread on them. He patches tires also the old school way with the little rubber thing, and they stick it in and then they cut it off, and never had problems with that. So, really, really, there's people out there that can save you some money, and you still can get a tire with good tread that will pass inspection. So, think about those things that are going to need to get done. If you've got some squeaks or groans or things like that, your suspension might need some work being done to it, or you might need an alignment, or if your headlights are out, or whatever you may know that the vehicle has some creaks and moans or glitches in it that are going to maybe potentially cause it to fail an inspection. You might have a chip in your glass, whatever. Budget that stuff ahead of time so that when it comes time to renew and get a re-up on your inspection for your annual, you're not all of a sudden, getting a failed inspection and then you can't drive because your timeline has elapsed. So I'm planning in advance that I want to really get a lot of these things done between March, April, May, and then June, so that when July rolls around, I've already got the inspection done, I know the work's been done, and it's just going to be like a quick pass, move on type of deal. So think about that if you already haven't. You should really be planning forward on that kind of thing because it's super important. Because neither one of them, Lyft or Uber, they don't joke around about vehicle inspections. If it goes down, it goes down. So that's probably your biggest issue. But that's all I've got for tonight, guys. It's a short video. I just wanted to get you guys up to date on what was going on with me. I am driving, not 100% guys, but I'm driving. But I'm going to make some significant changes to my caffeine intake, and I'm going to try and really fix my diet a little bit. Between the two things, I should be able to get my stomach under control and feel a lot better. So, I'm 40 years old. Time to start taking a little bit better care of my body. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, guys, everybody have a great night, and I will see you on the road. Bye.